What is the fire horse prophecy? The fire horse Zodiac era that starts now. What does it mean to you? I have some fire horse prophecies I'm going to share with you. Now, a lot of people are talking about this and they are predicting chaos, but I'm going to share with you something very different that you're going to want to hear. What is this new era, the fire horse era of 60 years, going to mean to us, in addition to all the predictions that I've been giving you with Edgar Cayce and Dolores Cannon? We're going to talk more about that today, but you're going to want to hear this because it may not be what you've been seeing out there on other channels. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears. This is the key. When we have fear, we are in a lower frequency and we actually create that which we place our attention on. I'm going to help you to break through it because when you do, there's something magnificent on the other side of fear. It's where the veils thin and open up all the probabilities, possibilities, and what you truly are. We're going to talk more about that because it's going to be so important for you to get back in touch with your true essence, especially in these very challenging times. They may seem to be challenging, but I want to show you today and demonstrate to you that it's actually the opposite that is happening. I hope you'll subscribe. And if you're interested, come on over to my membership. We're going live every week. You get all my videos early and you can talk to me personally in there because I want to hear what your concerns are and help you to get past any limitations because you literally really don't have any. It's all part of the illusion of being a human. So what is the fire horse? So everybody's talking about the chaos of the 2026 fire horse. I didn't even know it was. I did my research on it. What is it and what does it mean to you and I going into this global change? How is it going to affect us? It is an astrological position that directly affects us. Think of it as a computer game that has different programmed events in it so that when you get to a certain point in your Pac-Man game, something comes out, eats you, and then you go back down, and then you go back up again, and you know it's coming, and then you get past it. This is no different. We have challenges along the way that we must master. And you can do it. You can get on the leaderboard. So I want to explain what the fire horse zodiac sign is and why what we're entering is divinely aligned with the mind-blowing spiritual phase the human species is experiencing. And this is why I talk so much about Edgar Cayce, Dolores Cannon. They've set us up for this era, this transition that is changing our planets. And many of you are feeling it right now that it isn't the same. Things aren't the same. I don't know about you. I'm feeling a huge shift, a huge change. So today I'm going to tell you the most important part about this zodiac phase. And if you've been waiting for the big shift we talked about with Edgar Cayce and Dolores Cannon, this is the year it accelerates. And you may have noticed that it's becoming a big part of discussions globally. It certainly is on my channel. And I am experiencing it. I want to share the prophecies today of the fire horse zodiac time period. And I'm also going to give you the steps that you must take in order to bypass what will seem like chaos and rise above it. This is going to be a very important video for you if you're struggling at all or not understanding what's going on. So we're not going to talk about what this energy is, but I'm going to show you how to break free from any negativity that will show up. It's part of what this phase is, from the Bible to predictions that now we're realizing many of them may be true, but maybe they're not what we thought they were. We have a different perspective on things. Have you heard of the fire horse zodiac that we're now entering? You might be hearing some frightening interpretations of this new era, and I'm here to explain what it is, what it means, and how you can take advantage of the power and transformation it brings. Yes, it represents fire, and fire brings on destruction of existing creations. Here's the good part about the fire horse. It is not destruction. It's purification. And fire is pure and beautiful, just like water, air, and earth are absolutely perfect. So I'll give you the definition of the fire horse zodiac. It's a rare and dynamic combination in the Chinese zodiac, which they refer to as Bingwu, and in Japanese it's Hino-uma. It occurs every 60 years, which means now in 2026, we have entered it. It's intensifying the horse's traits of freedom, energy, and independence with fire's passion, ambition, and transformation. It's symbolizing a time for bold action. Yes, we're going to have to take action, but we're going to do it in a different way. I'm going to explain to you what that action means and how it is gauged on a frequency level. You will see major changes and major breakthroughs in this time period. It's often called the year of the red horse. People born under this sign are seen as charismatic leaders, headstrong and adventurous, but also potentially impulsive. So a blend of the horse's speed and fire's intensity, it leads to a powerful momentum and drive, and we have built up to this. What will magnify now? The desire for freedom. This is a big one. Self-expression and achieving goals. What's self-expression? We no longer want to be told what to do, whether we should wear a hat or not, what color it should be, how we should dress. These are all low negative frequency of the old earth of which I speak when I refer to Dolores Cannon and Edgar Cayce. You cannot exist in the penthouse if you are living the life of the basement dweller. It is your choice, and it's addictive. You're going to see a lot going on out there that you're going to want to watch. We had a big event here, as you probably know. Somebody's life got taken, and we have gone once again into just arguing. We're still not getting it. I'm going to tell you how to move past that and take action without going to the basement dweller activity. It's going to be critical because this kind of action we're going to talk about today with the fire horse takes you above the destruction and the purging and the purification where the fires exist. You go to high frequency, you go above it. It makes sense, doesn't it? This year accelerates and represents introspective years, urging rapid growth and breaking from limitations. That's exactly what is happening right now. And the limitations are that which others tell you how things are. And that those limitations have come from egos and control on a material world that we know no longer has power or importance, because what you hold right now is way beyond that. The power of the universe flows through you, and you will start to manifest in ways that will blow your mind. The veils are thinning. We're manifesting quicker, but what are you manifesting? If your thoughts are on a lower frequency, that's what will show up. If you are judging, separating, arguing, that's what you'll manifest. And you will believe that we are going into chaos and that the fires are burning. When if you go into the higher frequency, you are no longer involved in that conflict and you become an observer of the beauty of the purification of the fire horse era. We're going to take bold action, but the action I'm talking about is a time for decisive moves, risk-taking, and pursuing ambitions with courage and in peace and love. The essence and intentions and foundation of what it is you pursue is of utmost importance. What are your intentions behind anything? So we're going to talk about earning, relationships, jobs, even giving. What are the intentions behind it? This is what is going to rule your life. And whatever frequency it's on will expand and multiply faster than ever before. So this 60-year cycle makes fire horse years significant cultural events. In Japan, Hino-uma, it's linked to beliefs about strong-willed children. Fire horse represents a potent mix of freedom, fiery passion, ushering in periods of significant change and dynamic opportunities, but requiring mindful action to navigate its intensity. We are now going in with wisdom. We're not sitting back, meditating and saying, I can change the world here. Of course, you can change through your frequency. But now we live in a 3D world that requires bold action. In other words, the I am will become present in a way that others have never seen. Because the meek shall inherit the earth, right? Who knows who the meek are? We never hear them. You'll start to hear the meek, and it's going to be life-changing for you, and global changes will take place unlike any other, but it must be in peace. Those who act in defiance of right and wrong, that is not the bold action I refer to. Let me share with you how 2026 plays out in numerology. It's the universal year one. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 1. So it's not just the fire horse year. In addition, it's the universal year. That means new beginnings. We're leaving a 9-year cycle of heaviness behind. The fire horse provides the speed. The year one provides the direction. It's the perfect storm for miracles. I have a video coming up soon that Edgar Casey talked about miracles coming in February. So who is this going to greatly affect? Depending on where you are in your spiritual journey. And here are the predictions that I'm going to share with you in just a moment. Why is this going to be very difficult for sleepers, but fuel for the awakened? Amplification takes place because of the thinning of the veils and acceleration of manifestation. Okay? When the veil's thin, you're very aware all of a sudden that that thought just showed up somehow. A lot of you said this. I noticed it myself. I have a thought and bizarre things immediately show up. I'm talking strange stuff that you can't make up. You'll start experiencing this and you'll realize the veils are thinning. That means we become directly in communication with things that we didn't even know existed. All other beings and energy fields that we never thought existed, now we realize. Of course, we're not just humans walking around on a planet. There's a conscious field out here loaded with intelligence, and you will be communicating with it on an amazing high level, not to be feared. When you're a high frequency, you don't have to fear anything. You're not hanging out with it. This is why it's going to affect what they call the sleepers. Those in the low frequencies will be hanging out with the other low frequencies and say, this is not good stuff happening. Those in the high frequencies invite in the other high level manifestations, and you will entangle with that and see the results of that. It will manifest and amplify whatever you're doing. Watch those thoughts. Watch that separation, that judgment, that telling people what to do. That's a control mechanism and tactic of human beings in a 3D. And you cannot control the free will of other people, nor should you try to. So for the rest of the world, this speed may feel very chaotic. But for you, you've been training for this. This energy supports transparency, truth, heart-centered living. We talk a lot about that. Exactly what you've been working towards. Shut down the conversations now. Let's go into the 3 fire horse predictions for 2026. Number 1, the truth explosion. We can't keep it back. There are no veils anymore. Everything's seen. The closet is open. Hidden secrets. Government, corporate will burn away faster than ever. It's going to validate your intuition about things. Even our government changed what we should be eating and said, stop eating processed foods. Why are we allowed to create them here? And we realize, why have we ever trusted this information in the first place? You have to go with heart-centered. Hidden secrets will be revealed, but you have to go with what you know is right. The community shift. Small, local, high-vibe communities will thrive while big systems stumble, crumble, and burn. They will be cleansed. The instant manifestation, the fire energy speeds up the gap between thought and reality. Warning and a blessing. So here's what I want to share with you about that manifestation that speeds up. Your thoughts are not gauged on if somebody's good or bad or what the story is. They're gauged on frequency. When you have hate for somebody, when you're blaming, when you're separating, there are no words or descriptions. There's only a frequency. When you come in and you hate, but they are wrong, it's a low frequency. It doesn't matter if they're right or wrong or whatever the story is. It's the frequency. So it's your frequency and your intention. So if you come in and you are angry or you are frustrated or you see the world's a horrible place, which it's not difficult to do that, right? If you don't shift over to love and compassion and realize this is all intentional, this is free will, there are teachings, there's learning, there's an adventure, a path, a journey in all of it that you don't understand. You can only focus on yours. Is my frequency high? Am I blessing or am I criticizing? This is going to be a big one for all of us because as human beings, we want the right and wrong. The planet, it was created for the challenges. It was created for the right and the wrong and the judgment and the finger pointing and the pain and the loss and all the things we do. It was geared for us to understand and experience that. And so when we want it to go away, we are denying the journey that we came here for. Embrace it and know that you can change any situation and turn around. So instead of going into fear, finger pointing, judgment, go into the love. It's about the frequency, not the subject. Does that make sense? So how do you ride the fire? When you go into the high frequency and it's burning up, it's destroying everything. What happens after a forest is demolished? Takes years, but the little sprouts come back and more and more. And pretty soon, in a few years, there's another new, beautiful forest with all completely new trees. They still have the essence of the ashes and the earth that once stood there, but now they are renewed. When we go above that fire in a high frequency, we'll see the destruction, purification, but you'll see it differently. You know that there's a day of renewal coming, and without that purification, renewal is not possible. Allow it and know this is the start of the new, beautiful golden era. We're already in it. And if you're thinking it now, you're going to start living it and you will receive opportunities, abundance, health. Why? Because you're no longer wanting to participate in that world. You're not, you want to eat processed foods. You don't want to buy things that fuel child labor or anything that's of a negative nature or chemicals or drugs that harm the planet. You don't want to participate in it. So you won't even want to be there. So your frequency goes up. Your life changes, and all of a sudden, I am that. I am that new world. I am that new era because I can't even stand the thought of participating or buying that thing or plastic for my kids, right? And where does it end up? In the oceans that they have to swim in or won't be able to anymore. That's happening. You are completely in control. And when you go into this new, beautiful space, it's so wonderful to live in that new, simple way. My 79-year-old neighbor talked about that. We talked about how beautiful, simple living is, and that she even goes to consignment stores for her clothes. She says, I can't stand the thought of buying cheap stuff from other countries that don't treat their labor well or the planet. We must put thought behind absolutely everything that we are involved in. You may not like it. You may think you have to give up certain things. I assure you, you're giving up nothing. You're receiving so much more. It's going to blow your mind when things start to show up that are so beautiful because now you're participating in that beautiful, perfect world of which you are all powerful. Co-creator, you're part of it. It is you with no limits. So I'm asking you, do you say yes to the year of the fire horse without fear and knowing that it's not chaos, it's purification? And the most powerful thing you can do is welcome it, not fear it. And you'll realize so much of it is a part of you, actually all of it. And it works with you. It wants to. Let us embrace it. These things will be introduced to us. But as I shared with you in other videos, as Edgar Casey said, not if we're not ready. They can't be. You cannot talk to somebody in the basement when you're in the penthouse. They have to earn their way up there in order to participate in the conversation. And this is no different. Drop the conversations that are negative. If it creates some negativity in here, you get tight, you get upset, you know, how people are thinking, you're defending certain positions, you are now in a low frequency. It's irrelevant. The action you can take is the demonstration of light and love. How do we change this behavior that's going on out there? These things should never happen. Whether somebody's right or wrong, it's irrelevant. Humanity must come together in a way. We never act against one another in violence of any way, shape, or form. Yes, we'll have challenges. There will be new ways to deal with that. Do you want to participate in that? I know you do. So don't fear the fire horse. Welcome the fire horse of power, independence, purification. Fire is a beautiful, pure energy, and I welcome it. The disillusion, the dissolving of what has been that has not served us. And I'm going to share more predictions from some of these prophets. I'm going to show you what has happened with them and why. Doesn't mean they're wrong. Time doesn't exist. So I hope you understand how incredibly special this time period is and how everything out there is aligning the energy fields, the astrological signs, taking us into this new era, supporting that movement and that change, celebrating it. But only humans have the free will choice to change the experience here and elevate it into something that it always was meant to be. Let us pull together in community. No more arguing or criticism. Celebrate the free will choice that you and your neighbor has. Let me know in the comments if you welcome the fire horse. I do. I think it's pretty cool. And also, I want you to go down in the description. If you want to be part of my membership, come on board. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, I want you to know that I have a list of products that I use, that I test, that are non-toxic, vegan, they don't come in plastic. Tested them and made sure that they're of quality. You can go down there, you get discounts. Toothpaste, stop using toxic toothpaste. Those tubes go out into our oceans. Start using the things that support your purification. And they don't cost more, by the way, and they're a lot of fun to use. You can tell the difference when you're using beautiful cleaners that don't put toxins on your surfaces, and your little babies who are walking around on those floors are going to be safe. So go down and explore all of that. You don't have to live in a tent out in the woods to do it. You can live a chic, beautiful, sustainable life right here. I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's all work together. And of course, I hope you'll subscribe and share these videos and let people know there's nothing to fear. All these things are happening in our favor, but only if you welcome them and you're on that high frequency. Everything depends on it. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.